Man cave. That's the way we roll here.
Yes,
This
it
is
is.
the Cardinal room. Thank you very much.
Yes, it is. But today we're going to be giving our NFL picks for week 4, go over some things about the teams, how we think it's going to go, and we're going to give some predictions on like passing yards, stuff like that, and who we think is going to win each game, score predictions too. All right, so the first game we're going to go over is Colts at the Jaguars. First thing I have to say, Andrew Luck has been injured for the first 2-3 weeks of the season, and he has not been very consistent. They're 1-2, and Andrew Luck has not looked the best.
Well, he has been limited practice this week.
Yes.
Although limited practice just means they're trying to nurse his shoulder. He is going to play, I think. Jags, shaky defense, a lot of talent.
Yeah,
but
they
not
have a lot
producing.
of talent on that team. It's just, I think it's something with their coaching staff, something they cannot seem to click at all.
However, they are at home.
They are at
So
home,
they do have
and
some
it is a
home
divisional game, and you never know with divisional games, especially with the AFC South. They always go back and forth, and you never know who's going to win in the AFC South.
I still personally, I like the Colts to win this game.
I think the Colts are going to win this too, but I think it's going to be close, like 17-24, 17-20, something like that.
I'm thinking probably more like 17-13.
You think so?
A lot of running.
A lot of running?
A lot of running. Maybe a lot of dump downs to the tight end, running backs out of the flat, stuff like that. But I don't see a whole lot down the field, at least with the Colts.
Yeah,
Because of his
Andrew Luck's
shoulder, he probably
yeah.
doesn't have a whole lot of pep in his throwing arm.
All right, so there's that. We're both going with the Colts. Second game is the Browns and Redskins. Terrell Pryor on the Browns, he has been kicking everybody's ass, no matter who he's been playing. Just like last week when he was playing the Dolphins, Terrell Pryor, he was a wide receiver, running back, safety, and quarterback.
Yeah, call him Terrell everything.
Terrell everything.
Terrell everything.
But that being said, Terrell everything can't win a game for the Browns. Like, he can't do it all himself. They need some help, and I don't see the Browns having a chance against the Redskins.
You know, the Browns may be the first team to match the Rams' 0-16 record.
Yeah, I'm honestly thinking that so far.
Not a lot of love for the Redskins, but surprisingly enough, they actually still have a shot to. No, not with the Eagles.
Nah,
Scratch that.
Never
Not with the
mind.
Eagles. Not with the Eagles, but I think they got enough to beat the Browns.
Yeah.
And they're at home. So.
Yeah, they're at home. Josh Norman can cover the Terrell everything.
Yeah.
And plus, Deshaun Jackson has been kicking butt, so they're going to be able to stretch the field, and the Browns have no coverage for anything, so stretching the field, they're going to score a decent amount of points, I think, against the Browns.
Is this specified position now? Wide receiver? They just pretty much
Yeah, he's a
line
wide
him up
receiver right now.
everywhere, but they got him
He's
in the backfield
yeah, he is a wide
running
receiver.
the football. All right, well, I say it's not enough for the Browns.
Yeah. Me neither. I'm going Redskins 34-13.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 24-17 Redskins.
24-17?
And that's a lot of love with the Browns to even get 17.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
probably half of those are gonna come from Pryor. So
Yeah, probably. All right. Next game, Panthers-Falcons. This should be an easy pick, but we're going to go over it anyways. The Panthers, one thing I have to say, yeah, they're 1-2 right now, but they lost to 2 top-tier defenses in the Vikings and Broncos. Broncos being Super Bowl champions, and the Vikings have just been making everybody look foolish.
well, here's the thing though: can the Panthers defense shut down the Falcons offense, which is the #1 offense in the league right now? Surprisingly
Yeah,
enough.
they got Julio Jones, Matt Ryan, they got Devontae Freeman. Yeah, they do have a really good offense, but the Panthers defense is scary. really, really
Yeah.
scary.
Well, I think
And their offense.
I personally think the Panthers are going to go in there and take this one. So I'm taking the Panthers. I think their defense shut down Matty Ice, and they've got a pretty good secondary.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Panthers.
I like the Panthers too. I think it's going to be not as much as a blowout, just because the Falcons' high-powered offense, and they've been kicking everybody. Like, the offense has been doing really good. I'm going to say probably 34-37-ish. Can you see that?
Yeah, actually, I can. But I think if it comes down to a shootout, though, the Falcons probably win it.
Really?
So the only way that I think that the Panthers' defense is going to be the key to this game, and the Panthers win it, they're going to stymie the Falcons' offense, and I think maybe, 27-20
But-
somewhere around in there. I don't think the Panthers are going to go high flying.
But you do got to realize the Falcons' defense is not the best defense, and the Panthers, they have Cam Newton, Kelvin Benjamin, Ted Ginn. They have extremely high-powered offense too. So they could.
Yeah, well, 27 points is not anything to
No, it's
sneeze
not
at, you
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think the Falcons, though, I mean, they get up 35, 40 plus points like they have been.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen enough out of the Panthers to be able to keep up with that pace. Their
I agree
offense
with
is
that.
kind of not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not what it was last year for whatever reason. Now it's only week number 4.
And we got to remember the 3 games they played: Vikings defense, Broncos defense, and then the game they played in the middle of that, they destroyed.
Yeah, you may be right, but I still.
All
I'm gonna go 27-20, and that's being generous. It could be 35-20, but
Okay. All right.
Falcons are going to get shut down. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to be a shootout, because if it is, then the Falcons will win. But
Okay.
I don't think that's going to happen. I'm staying with the Panthers.
All right, Panthers. Cool. Me too. So Texans, Titans, another divisional AFC South. Most of these have been divisional, but the AFC South put that in balance. Plus the Texans, what we saw from them against the Patriots, I'm not sure the Texans can actually hold up, because the Titans, believe it or not, they have so much talent on the offensive side. DeMarco Murray, they got that Derrick Henry, they got Marcus Mariota. Their offensive side is pretty freaking good.
I haven't followed the Titans enough this year. Texans, man, it's kind of, how is their quarterback play gonna go?
Texans?
No J.J. Watt.
Yeah. That's the scary thing for me. They lost J.J. Watt for the year.
However, they are in Texas, and that whole division is horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible, and I think it's just a matter of the Texans maybe getting on track. I mean, what's the Titans' record right now?
I think they're 1-2 or 0-3. I don't remember. But
Yeah, I'm saying the Texans kind of get off the snide a little bit, and they get a little bit of hometown love. And I'm going to take the Texans. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
no.
I'm going to say probably 24-14.
24-14 Texans?
Yep,
All
24-14
right.
Texans. That's what I'm going with.
I think it all depends on if the Texans can actually gain pressure. Like, they need Jadeveon Clowney to step up his game with J.J. Watt out for the rest of the season.
Well, they're not going to play him at linebacker. He's actually going to play at defensive line,
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
a 3 technique.
Yeah, because they need some pass rush with
Well,
J.J.
that's
Watt
his
out.
natural position,
Mhm.
because where Clowney was having most of the trouble, that was they were dropping him back into coverage against those slot wide receivers over the middle, and
Yeah,
the guy's
that's not
falling all
working.
over himself. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? He's not a cover linebacker, so he's probably better suited. J.J. Watt getting hurt may have been the best thing to happen to Clowney.
You think so?
I think so, and let's turn the boy loose. He was the number 1 pick, so
Yeah.
I like the Texans defense in this, and so I'm
All
staying
right,
with the Texans.
I'm picking the Texans to win it 17-13, just solely based off of what you're saying. If they let Jadeveon Clowney loose to pass rusher and their defense can stop the run,
Stuff in the run. That's
Stop
his
in the
best. His best
Yeah,
asset
exactly.
right there,
So,
where he's at. So
if they can stop the run from DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry, however they're going to use Derrick Henry, if they can stop the run, I see them winning 17-13 Texans.
provided Osweiler, you got to get a little bit of quarterback play out of Osweiler, dude.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
hasn't
Because
been
last week
magnificent.
against the Patriots, that was the worst outing I've seen.
Yeah,
from
and
Osweiler
I mean, he
since-
probably should be in jail for stealing the amount of money he's
Oh,
in
yeah,
Texas in that
definitely.
contract, man.
Definitely.
He definitely made John Elway look like a stinking genius
Oh,
with
yeah.
Simeon. All right, so we both like the Texans.
All right, this one's gonna be the Bills at the Patriots.
Belichick against the mouth.
Yeah.
That guy, he just can't help himself, man.
No, he cannot.
He calls a press conference to his backup quarterback. I can't remember the guy's name, pretending to be a reporter.
Yeah, pretend to be a reporter. Calls Julian Edelman to see if he's going to be playing quarterback for the Patriots this week.
And mind you, they had not won a game yet. They somehow, and I'm still scratching my head over it, how they did what they did to the Cardinals up in Buffalo. I at least have to attribute it to the fact that the Cardinals would normally be getting up eating sausage and eggs about the time that they had to go out there and play football. and somebody still hasn't told the Cardinals that you can't just roll the ball out of the field and expect to win. And all of a sudden, I guess that that was his Super Bowl. So now, screw it. If I'm going out, I'm going to go out being me. And I like the Patriots. And
Yeah, the Patriots. You can't go against the Patriots, especially if he's playing Rex and Rob Ryan.
Well, they hate each other anyways. Those two coaches hate each other.
I know.
Man. Yeah.
And the Patriots, it seems no matter what they do, no matter who, they could put I don't know.
I could go play quarterback for the Patriots, and they would figure
something out to make you a
out,
star.
I know. They would give me 3 or 4 little passes. Just throw it here. Just throw it there.
And you guys
bump it off your ass over to this guy, and we're gonna win. And they do. And their defense has been seriously underrated. Their defense is playing very very well this year.
Their defense is playing lights out.
Yeah.
They're going to be a scary team, especially when Gronk is fully healthy. Brady comes back next week. They're going to be a team to beat.
Well, yeah, here's the whole thing. Everyone was saying, if they can go 2-2 or 1-3 while Brady's out, and then they may go completely undefeated while Brady's out. And then, by the way, here comes Tom Brady. Here comes Rob Gronkowski. And let me remind you, that onslaught of points the Bills got against the Cardinals did not come from their offense.
Oh, no, not at all.
Was it 2 touchdowns, was it, that came from the defense?
Yeah.
Yeah, plus, just stupid interceptions from Cardinal players being out of position, receivers not running the correct route. So they were kind of gifted that game. That game was not because they were the almighty, all-powerful, new, improved Buffalo Bills.
No, that's definitely
and that kind of crap's not going to happen with Belichick. So I'm going to say the Pats handle him mightily. Where are they playing at?
They're playing in New England. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Pats 30, Bills 3.
You think so? Dang.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's a blowout.
Well, yeah. I think Bill Belichick is going to find a way to shut Rob Ryan's mouth up.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I picked the Patriots because who wouldn't? The only thing is that it's going to be a little closer. I think it's going to be 30-17, just because it's a divisional game, and usually divisional games could go either way. I still think the Patriots are going to blow it out, but the Bills might score a couple more points off of a fumble or something.
Dude,
like that.
I would buy your prediction of that game a lot more had Ryan just kept his mouth shut, enjoyed the victory he got against the Cardinals, but he could not do it, and back to his old popping off to Belichick, and Belichick just sits there quiet. We're just going to prepare for the next team. We're preparing to play Buffalo Bills.
That's the smartest
doing
thing.
Doing his thing, but you know when he gets in his little master room, and he probably has a lab somewhere in the basement of his house, just cooking up formulas. He has schematics.
Yes.
Okay. Belichick has schematics. Nobody knows that. He's down there in his white lab coat cooking up his schematics, man, going, the Bills, the Bills. On a tape recorder, everything that Rob Ryan has ever popped off to him about, and just plays it over and over again and starts working on his schematics.
You're about to get it now.
If I do anything this year, I'm going to shut that. You can't call him Chunky anymore because he's not. But I'm going to shut that smart ass's mouth up.
Yeah.
And you watch. Schematics. Schematics are why the Pats are going to win this game handily. And it's why I'm being generous, giving the Bills a field goal. Generous.
Okay, you think they're just going to wipe them off the face of the earth?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I do, actually. And only because...
Talk.
Yeah. The mouth, dude.
Okay, I got you right there. So. All right, so next game, Lions at Bears.
Oh.
This is going to be...
Well, do the Bears have a team?
No, they don't.
Have they fielded the local high school team to fill their roster out?
It might be a good idea for them, honestly, because Cutler's hurt now, and he's not playing.
Everybody's hurt, man. I don't know that...
The only exciting player on that team is Kevin White, and he's played like 3 games for the team, other than being injured last year and being drafted in the first round.
Who's even playing quarterback?
I don't remember. I think it's...
That's my point. That's my point. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
The Bears, if I had to say, the Bears are the worst team in the NFL right now.
They probably have the first team ever where the team has already quit on the coach 3 games into the season
Yeah.
Their quarterback. Can you say pussy on YouTube?
Oh yeah, you can.
I'll leave it at that. I just the Lions are surprising this year.
Yeah, they're
Stafford
doing
is
decent.
playing well.
Yeah,
He's
they're doing
probably he's a pretty good fantasy quarterback right now too. So
And they have that Marvin Jones who's leading the league in receiving yards right now.
yeah,
Who's the best guy.
I like the Lions handily in this one, man.
Me too.
I don't think they're gonna necessarily blow them out, but I'm gonna say 27-14, maybe 14 if the Bears are lucky. That's a few breaks and a little bit of home love, so I say 27-14 Lions.
Yeah, that's about what I'll say. I'll make it different. I'll say 27-17.
I would even, if I could do the math quick enough to figure out how the score would work out, even predict safety
A safety in
for
the
the
game?
Lions in this
You think
game,
so?
that they're going to crack a safety on the Bears.
All right.
So maybe that equates into 27 points. Maybe it doesn't. You guys can figure that out.
you guys will see.
But I'm even feeling a safety in that one.
All right, that game's over with. We know who's going to win that game. All right, Raiders versus at Ravens.
Well, you got the Raiders, who have given up a season amount of yardage in 3 games. I mean, they got a pretty good quarterback. I like Carr.
Yeah, Derek Carr.
You know what
their
I'm saying?
offense is pretty stacked, and their defense,
Yeah.
they're slowly adding pieces. The defense
But-
isn't clicking right now.
Man, they can't
but-
stop anybody, dude. Me and you could go out there just 2 against 11, and you could roll over on that defense,
Maybe.
dude. So the
I know-
Ravens still got a pretty good defense. Flacco's, he's managing the games. He's not losing it for him.
I know, but it's funny. The Ravens are 3-0, but look at the teams they beat. They've beaten the Browns by like 2 points. They beat the Jaguars by 3 or 4 points. In the first game, I don't remember who they playing, but it was a really close game too. They're undefeated. Everybody's talking Ravens are undefeated. They're doing good, but look at the games they played. Jaguars, Browns.
Yeah, but it's still the NFL, though, man, and they're winning those games. To me, that's a testament of a team. Okay, you got a lot of close wins, but you're finding a
winning.
way to win those close games as a point.
Yeah, that reminds me of the Broncos last year, how all the games would come down to the last 2 minutes. but
Yeah,
they'd
they're
find
not
a way.
that good. They're not that good. They're only winning by 1 or 2. Yeah, well, guess what? They won
They're actually still
10 or
winning
12
it.
games by the 1 or 2 points, but they still won
They
them
still
all. They're
won them
still
all.
finding a way to win them all.
Yes.
I don't know that it's going to be a high-scoring affair, but I like the Ravens. Maybe 17-10, 17-14, somewhere around in there. Maybe a field goal will do it, but, well, yeah, probably a field goal will do it. The Ravens, that seems to be their MO, so, yeah, I like the Ravens by like 3, so I'll say 17-14.
All right. This is our first disagreement. I'm actually going Raiders on this one.
All right.
Just because the Ravens deep, yeah, they're doing good.
Somebody
what-
got to lose.
But will they have enough defensive stoutness to stop Amari Cooper, Derek Carr, Latavius Murray, all those offensive studs that the Ravens have, or the Raiders have, and the defense? The Raiders have Sean Smith. They got that new safety. They got what's his name, pass rusher. I don't know, but then they got Khalil Mack.
I would buy that with one small factor you're missing. A, the Ravens are at home.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
B, the Ravens are an East Coast team. The Raiders are a West Coast team. So
Yes.
not only do they have to travel 3,000 miles across the country, they're going to be playing at 10 a.m. Early start for them. So you got that little twist in the thing, and I don't think their team is good enough to overcome it. If the Raiders were at home against the Ravens, I would probably go, yeah, and be right there with you. But I think the deciding factor is the 3,000 mile
Home field
trip they
advantage
got to
and
make,
3,000.
home field
All right.
advantage, and early game. I mean, look, the Cardinals are a better team than I think than both of those, and look where they stumbled
Look where
the
they
Bills.
just
And
did to
don't
the Bills,
kid
yeah.
yourself that wasn't a factor.
Yeah.
Now, they should have overcome it. They
They're
didn't.
an NFL team. They should have.
But the Raiders,
Yeah.
I'm saying that's the decide. I think it's going to be a close game.
I'm still going Raiders 20-16.
2016. All right, there's our one different game so
All right.
far.
Seahawks at Jets.
Cool.
Ooh. First thing I gotta say is Russell Wilson needs to get healthy, or else they're not gonna have a chance against that defense with Darrell Revis and that defense that they have. That
They
defensive
kind of
line.
came alive last week.
They
though.
came alive a little bit last week, but Russell Wilson also got hurt a little bit again. He did something with his other leg instead of his
How's the Jets' run defense? Because
Jets' run defense, they have one of the best defensive lines in the league.
Well, because see, that's what the Seahawks are
and
going to try to
and
do.
the
is run
Seahawks,
the
they
ball.
don't have Thomas Rawls. They got that Christine Michael, who was the third string second string quarterback coming into the year.
Well,
behind Thomas
if it
Rawls.
comes down to forcing the Seahawks to pass the ball, I think they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah,
And then you have the West Coast to East Coast factor with them too,
Mhm.
because they have to go out to New York to play the Jets.
yeah.
Whew. I think I'm gonna go with the Jets on this
You think
one,
so?
man. Yeah, that defense they got, the horrible offensive line, not so healthy Russell Wilson.
Their defense kind of looks like it's taken a step back from when they were the Legion of Boom, the Seahawks.
Yeah. Well, the Jets they got a little bit of offense.
Yeah, their offensive firepower, Matt Forte, Brandon Marshall. Eric Dicker's out for this game, actually. But they
Yeah.
got Ryan Fitzpatrick. They got that new guy in Numwa or something. He's been kicking everybody's ass. And Jalen Marshall.
Well, let's go. You know, the game is always decided in the trenches. So let's just break it down like this. Who's going to win this battle? Jets defensive line versus Seahawks offensive
Jets
line.
defensive line right
Yeah,
now. I say
Jets
that.
defensive line. Okay, well, let's flip the table then. Seahawks defensive line versus the Jets offensive line.
I think the Seahawks win that just by a little bit, not as much as the Jets versus...
Okay, so we're tilting towards the Jets on that then.
Yeah.
Seahawks are going to have to run the ball in
Yeah.
order to have any kind of success whatsoever. So, Seahawks rushing attack versus the Jets front seven. Who wins that battle? I think the Jets front seven is going to win that battle myself.
Yeah, I haven't seen enough from Christine Michael to say that he'd
Right.
win that battle in the running battle.
So then the Seahawks are forced to throw the ball a lot. Their offensive line is horrible. What's going to happen then? And
Wilson's
by the
gonna
way,
get sacked, and he's not very
Todd
mobile.
Bowles,
Mhm.
who was the Cardinals' defensive coordinator, as soon as he forces them to a one-dimensional offense, he's going to pin the ears back and send the blitzes, and they're going to kill Russell Wilson. I don't see the Seahawks being able to do much with that Jets defense, and so yeah, I like the Jets, man.
All right. Well, I'm going with the Seahawks just based on how Darrelle Revis has been playing the past 3 weeks. Because he's been burnt by Bills receivers that are like third-string receivers. Marcus Goodwin freaking burns Darrelle Revis 84 yards, everything like that. A.J. Green absolutely destroyed Darrelle Revis. I think it's going to be more even with Doug Baldwin, but I've been seeing Doug Baldwin play the last 2 weeks, and he's been solid. So if they can utilize Doug Baldwin in like the end-around plays and just stuff right over the middle, or like man-on-man coverage with Darrelle Revis, I think he has a slight advantage for that. And it's the Seahawks defense has taken a step back, but it's still the Seahawks defense. They
No,
got
they're still
Richard
pretty
Sherman,
good.
Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, all those guys. So I think they'll give Fitzpatrick a bit of fits, but
No pun intended.
but I still see the Seahawks winning this one 17-23.
You could be correct on that. I would probably go with a little more low score. I don't think that the Seahawks are going to roll over and play dead. I just don't know that they're going to be able to run the ball successfully and pass it very well with their offensive line. You know, I'll go like maybe 2014, 20 to 10
Okay.
Jets.
Okay.
Jets. But, you know, the Jets are going to have to run the right type of offense. They need to go with short, quick, underneath pass.
Yeah.
Over the middle, some drag routes, basic stuff like that, so they don't have to deal with Sherman.
Yeah. Because-
And if they pull Sherman up in the box to stop some of that underneath stuff, well, you know,
Then,
take a
yeah,
shot down
take
the
a shot
field
down
on
the
the
field.
other guy. You know, we'll see how they play it.
All right. So next game, Saints at Chargers. This game is going to be a tough one because they both play the same type of football. Their defenses aren't stout at all. The Chargers lost Manti Te'o. The Saints' passing defense is just
Do the Saints even line anybody up out on the field on defense, or is
shit. Doesn't
just,
seem like it. Seems like they just like, hey,
32 points.
let's let
and
them
you
score
can't win a
points.
game,
Let's
man.
let them
There's-
score points, and then we'll just use our offense to go out and score more points. So we.
Yeah, and at home, I kind of like the Chargers in this one. I just think the Chargers got a better defense than the Saints all the way around. I think a home chicken for the Chargers. Phillip Rivers,
Yeah.
you know, he could have a field day. Although, you know, he lost his number one
Keenan
receiver.
Allen,
Yeah, I know that hurt. He was
Yeah,
on the fantasy team.
team.
Yeah, but although I mean the Saints, their backs are against the wall, man. Go 0-4.
I can't see the Saints doing that.
You know what? You're right. That just changed my mind a little bit. They're not
Drew
coming
Brees
that
isn't gonna
far
let
over to the
themselves-
West Coast.
yeah.
Drew Brees kind of pissed off right now. I just changed my mind, man. You know,
Yeah.
I think the Saints are going to get off it. They're going to get their first win. It's going to be probably a high-scoring game.
Yeah, it's gonna. Whenever there's Drew Brees and their defense, it's gonna be high scoring no matter who they're playing because Drew Brees is gonna put up points. Their defense is gonna allow a shit ton of points.
Well, I mean, as good as the Chargers' defense could be, Brees is a good enough quarterback. He'll be able to dissect it. He reads defense as well. So
Unless the Chargers somehow start playing like Cardinals defense of last year or like the Broncos defense or Vikings, I don't see the Saints putting up. It's gonna be a high scoring game.
Ball control. They need to go ball control.
And Drew Brees, before last week, Monday night, Drew Brees had the longest streak of not throwing an interception in the NFL by like a shit ton. So I think Drew Brees and the Saints will be able to keep the ball and not turn it over.
I bet it comes down to like a field goal at the end of the game, or maybe even in overtime. You know what I'm saying? A shootout. Yeah, I'm gonna go 35-30. 35-30, and it might even be higher than that. It could be,
I know.
35-40, whatever. But I'm gonna go with the Saints to get their first.
I'm
win.
going with the Saints, 37-34 over the Chargers with last-second field goal.
All right, we agree on the last-second field goal. Okay, we at least got 2 games now. We're different, so
Okay.
we're keeping record of this shit, by the way, too.
Yes.
Every week when we do this, we're announcing I'm blah 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 and you're blah blah blah. So we'll see who's got the most picks correct.
Yes. All right. Cowboys at 49ers.
I straight up like the Cowboys, dude.
Cowboys
I'm
are
a believer
looking
in Dak, whatever his name
Dak
is.
Prescott?
Dak Prescott, yeah. I hate the Cowboys.
But you got to realize.
Sorry to any Cowboy fans that are out there.
You got to realize Dez Bryant is injured, and I don't think he's playing this week too.
But Dez Bryant wasn't doing anything
He
hardly
really wasn't.
anyways, and he's always injured. And the Cowboys haven't needed him to this point.
That is true.
And the 49ers are horrible.
Yeah.
1, and for 2, I hate the 49ers. The Cowboys are the lesser of 2 evils in this game for teams that I seriously dislike.
Yeah.
But I like the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are going to get it done. Pick a score. It's Heckle and Hyde. Jekyll and Hyde. I haven't drank anything today either, by the way. Jekyll and Hyde on the 49ers. One week they can't put up anything, and the next week they're putting up 23 to 30 points. So I'm going to say Cowboys 24, Niners 17.
All right. Yeah.
It could be a little more than that, but that just to me, those 2 teams meeting, that feels about where it's going to be at 24-17.
I'm actually going to go with the 49ers on this one because you got to realize Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott, they still are rookies. As good as they look right now, they still are rookies. There's got to come a time. This is a trap game for them because they hear all this stuff. They're rookies. The 49ers, they're not good, and we should be able to go in there, blow them out, whatever. They're still rookies. They don't know any better unless for some weird reason they do. But I think this might be a trap game for them.
Yeah, but Chip Kelly just can't help himself, though, dude. He tries to run 80 plays a game with his offense, man. All right, we're only week 4, so it's not to the point where he's just going to kill his team and run them into the ground yet. But I don't know.
So I'm going to go 49ers 17-23.
All right, there you go.
All right.
There's another different game for us.
Chiefs at Steelers. Haha, funny. Chiefs at Steelers.
Ooh.
The way the Steelers looked last week, this is kind of a tough one. You got to realize Chiefs are getting Jamal Charles back, and Steelers are getting Le'Veon Bell back.
Yeah, but Jamal Charles is not going to be playing that much. He's
might.
Going to
They're
be
saying
really
They're saying they
limited.
might limit it, but there's a good chance that they're going to give him his normal load because he's saying he's feeling good. But
Dude, that's almost a pick 'em to me.
yeah,
Because the Steelers look like Super Bowl champions one week, then last week they laid a complete egg.
oh, I know.
Oh. You know what? My gut's telling me Steelers, but man, I got to go with the Steelers. I think they're
You're
going to
going
be
with the
so
Steelers?
embarrassed over what happened last week
Yeah.
that they're just not going to, they're at home in front of their home crowd. I mean, they do have Big Ben. Yeah, I like the Steelers in this one. Probably reasonably scored. I'm going to say at 27-24.
Ooh,
Probably
that close.
looking at a field goal with it. Yeah, I mean, it's
Alright.
the Chiefs. They're not bad
They're
either.
not. Yeah, they're
but
not.
I'm giving that love, that extra love to the Steelers. One, because they're mad, and two, because they're at home. You always
Yeah.
get a 3-point boost in whatever because you're home.
See, I'm picking the Steelers too, but I think it's going to be more of a blowout for the Steelers because Chiefs, their offense, the past few years, they've been getting there, but their
but
offense
their
is still
defense,
their game.
though.
Yes, their defense.
Their defense is ripping it.
But then you got to remember, Steelers, they have Big Ben, Antonio Brown, Marcus, or is it Marcus Wheaton or Martavis Bryant? One of the two that's not suspended. And then they have Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, Big Ben. Their offense is just, if they play to their full, if they play to their full potential every week, they can put up 50 on any team they see.
Yeah, and if my uncle had a vagina, he'd be my aunt.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I think the Steelers are going to be super pissed off. Plus, they're going to be extremely excited. They're getting Le'Veon Bell back in front of the home crowd. I think they're just going to be pumped for that game, and their defense isn't too bad.
I hear
either.
you. We agree the Steelers on the win. I guess you just think they're going to blow them out.
Yeah,
I
I think they're gonna beat 'em.
I do.
I'd probably say 24-35 for the Steelers.
All right. Well, you know what? You could be right on that. I can't argue with it so
Mhm.
much. I mean, what the hell do I know about giving scores? I'm 0-3 in my fantasy, and my football picks suck against the spread.
I know.
But I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
But
All
we
right.
both like Steelers.
All right. So this is the Monday night game, Giants at Vikings. I already know who I'm picking this one, just solely off of what they did to the Panthers last
I'm
week.
going with the Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
Number
Oh, yeah.
number one defense in the league. I don't care if the stats even show it, but the Vikings
Yeah, the
have
Vikings-
the number one defense in the league.
I'd almost have to agree with that.
And oh, by the way, Sam Bradford actually looks like a quarterback.
Yeah, he actually looks decent for once
Making
in his
great
life.
throws, good decisions. Well, a lot of it could be just maybe he's finally in an offense that fits him.
Yeah.
How do you succeed when you got 5 different offenses and 5 different coordinators in the first 5 years of
Yeah.
your
Exactly.
Nobody's going to. I
Been
like.
traded around and
Yeah, the Giants are sporadic. I'm still not a believer in Eli.
no, me neither.
I still don't understand how he got 2 Super Bowls. Even though
Well,
I've
those 2
watched
years
it.
he had defenses.
Yeah. I like the Vikings in this one.
I like the
and
Vikings
think the
too.
Giants go down and give the Cowboys a little bit of love in their division.
I say Vikings 6-24. It's gonna be a blowout because that defense.
24-6.
Yep, that defense has been making Cam Newton look like a pathetic quarterback. Aaron Rodgers, he's just making everybody look.
I just got a feeling that every little ball is going to bounce the Vikings' way in this one. It's going to be one of them crazy, holy crap, did you see that?
Mhm.
Maybe even a touchdown or 2 from the defense. I'm going to go 27-10.
Okay.
27, maybe even 30-10. I'll
30 to
stay
10.
with 27.
Okay.
27-10, but I think the Vikings just get it done.
All right. So now we're into our games. You want to go over the Cardinals or Broncos first?
Doesn't matter, man. You take it.
We'll go over the Cardinals. Rams at Cardinals.
Well,
You're a Cardinals fan? Take it away.
Lord Jesus, please pull Carson's head out of his backside. Let our receivers run the correct routes, not blow their assignments, bring our defense to life. That's all I can say. The Rams have a great defense.
Yes, they do.
The offense, they've kind of been getting it done with smoke and mirrors. I'm taking the Cardinals in this game. I think they're the better team. They're at home. The Red Sea will be there. I will be in it myself.
Yes, we
Probably
will.
and hopefully very happy and very hoarse after the game is over. I think a lot of it's